Hi, my name is Patrick Ashby, and I hope you enjoyed my 7 videos explaining the EXP model. I came out of retirement to work with my 2 sons, Matt and Michael. Matt is 29 and Michael is 20, which is the same age I was when I joined REMAX in 1984. While the boys are focused on selling lots of real estate, my role on the team is to help agents like yourself build a retirement income through stock and revenue share. So let me quickly share my story and how it led to EXP. I began my career in 1984, and in 1986 I became a broker. In 1988, I earned the CCIM designation and joined the REMAX commercial division. In 1991, I was the #1 REMAX commercial agent, but here was the problem: overhead and a recession. I had a full-time assistant, 2 offices rented, and carried around 80 listings. Sounds crazy, but many of these listings were small retail or office space that other agents didn't want to deal with, and the signage costs were outrageous. The recession of the early 90s wiped me out. I simply couldn't afford the overhead at REMAX because 80% of the business disappeared for a couple years, and REMAX was even forced to close down the commercial division. I got involved in other businesses that did very well, and then I returned to real estate, but this time as an investor. And then in 1999, 2 REMAX agents and myself formed a brokerage that would take care of the #1 problem for realtors, which was a proper retirement plan. Our research led us to an unknown company out of Texas called Keller Williams, who had a 7-generation profit share plan. Myself, along with colleagues Jeff Hooper and Larry Loney, met up with Gary Keller in person, and that resulted in us folding our idea, and Jeff brought Keller Williams to Ontario with the first office in Ottawa. Real estate has been very good to us, and my wife and I retired early and began a project to restore Pinehurst Manor, a majestic waterfront estate in my hometown of Almonte, Ontario. We also had a desire to travel and heard about a wholesale travel club through a friend. It was through the travel club that we met Rob and Jen Flick. Rob was one of the early pioneers in Keller Williams and had over 42,000 realtors in his profit share group, allowing them to travel full time. Because I knew the KW model, I became real curious when Rob told me one day that he was coming out of retirement for eXp Realty. This is Rob Flick on my right and Gene Frederick on my left. Gene and Rob were instrumental in building Keller Williams into the largest real estate company in the world. Could you imagine owning 6 successful offices and one of the top regions in the country, something you spent most of your life building, and then end up selling everything and coming out of retirement to build something new? Well, Gene Frederick did just that. You see, Gene is a math guy. His first career was a financial analyst at Texas Instruments before he became one of the top realtors in Texas. He took 6 months studying the eXp model and then came to his wife one day and said, "If you knew Netflix existed, would you buy a Blockbuster?" He then said, "We own 6 Blockbusters and I just found Netflix." I love that line. So that's my story. I got to know Gene and Rob very well, who are now the #1 and #2 rev share earners in eXp, and they helped us launch eXp in Canada. I know this model inside out and can really help you understand the benefits to see if there's a really good fit here for you.